Wake up in the grind, clock ticking, 20 minutes flat, freedom main-handed, knives built where the real.
Welcome back to another episode of the 20-Minute Freedom Project. I am your host, Josh Lopez. This show is for those who want ownership, discipline, freedom, and to build a life they have always wanted, one that is earned and not handed to them. Let me start this episode with a simple question. What do you do when no one else is watching? Some people would say that that really doesn't matter, what I do when no one's watching. I would argue the exact opposite. I would say it's the one and only thing that actually matters, because what you do when no one is watching is who you actually are. Not who you say you are, not who you post that you are, not who you want people to think you are. It's who you are when there's no audience, no applause, no accountability, no one to impress. It's just you and your choices. And here's the question I want you to sit with today. If your kids or your spouse or someone you deeply care about followed you around for the next 30 days and you did exactly what you do on a normal day with and without people watching, the same habits, same routines, same reactions, same discipline level, the same excuses, would they be proud of you? Or would they be confused? Or worse, would they be disappointed? Imagine it like this. There's a documentary crew that is following you around day in, day out, into the bathroom, at home alone, in your car, at work, at the gym. Not only on your best days, not on the days you are locked in on every single day, just the normal days. They see how you talk to people. They see how you talk to yourself. They see what you eat. They see what you scroll. They see what you avoid. They see what you procrastinate on. What you say that you'll do tomorrow. What you do when you're tired. What you do when it's inconvenient. What you do when someone pisses you off. They see the real you. And at the end of the 30 days, they sit down with your kids or your wife or someone you respect, and they hit play. What would that conversation look like? Would they say, wow, I didn't realize how disciplined you were. I didn't realize how hard you work. I didn't realize how much you actually care. Or would it be something like, oh, I didn't know you wasted that much time. Or I didn't know you talked to your mom like that. Maybe I didn't know you quit that easy. Maybe it's, oh, I didn't know you said you wanted more, but never actually did anything about it. That's not a fun thought, but it is a necessary one. There's a quote that I've always loved. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Not what we intend to do, not what we talk about doing, but what we actually repeatedly do. Your life is not built by your big moments. It's built by your Tuesday thoughts, random Wednesdays, boring mornings, tired evenings, unmotivated days, the days that everything seems to go wrong. That's the real scoreboard to live life by. Let me be honest with you. There's been multiple times in my life that if someone followed me around for 30 days, I would not have liked the documentary. Too much phone, not enough presence, saying I wanted more, but moving like I didn't, talking big, but executing small. I had ambitions in my mouth, but a comfort in my calendar. And that's a dangerous combination because you can lie to yourself for so long and time just passes you by. You feel busy. You feel like you're working hard on things. You feel like you're in control. You're in the process, but the results don't come from the process. They come from the standards and the execution that you do day in and day out. Most people live by their moods. I work out when I feel ready. I'll focus when I'm motivated. I will start when things slow down. Maybe it's when the time is right, when the money is perfect, when I'm actually making progress on something. High performers live by standards. They don't ask, do I feel like it? They ask, is this who I am and who I say I am? There's a huge difference in those two questions. There's another one there is something that you could actually take and you could look at yourself in the mirror. And it's extremely uncomfortable. If you ask this question to yourself, if your kids became exactly like you, same habits, same work ethic, same discipline, and same attitude, same relationship with their phone, maybe the relationship with their health, same relationship with their responsibilities, and how they executed day in and day out, would you be excited for them or worried? That question alone can straighten out your actions like nobody else. Not a mentor, not a coach, not a podcast, not a book. Because if you are not happy with if they acted just like you, how they would turn out, then why are you acting that way? Because you are always teaching. Whether you want to or not, you are teaching. You are the example. Your kids don't learn from what you say. They learn from what you tolerate, what they see you repeat. And they pick up on the excuses that you keep using day in and day out. They learn from how you handle stress, handle the failure, handle the boredom, handle your health, handle your marriage, handle your responsibilities. You are always modeling something to someone. It might be your kids. It might be the neighbor. It might be someone at the gym. It might be one of your employees, or maybe it's one of your coworkers. It may not hit you the same way, but if you looked at everyone as someone that you truly cared about, doesn't matter if you do or not, but if you asked yourself this question, is what I am modeling what I want them to follow? If the answer is no, you might want to revisit how you are acting and how you're showing up. There is another quote that fits perfectly here, and it rings true so many times. It is astounding. The quote is, discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Because no one sees the early alarm, the workout you don't feel like doing, the book instead of Netflix, choosing to drink water instead of the soda, the hard conversation that you need to have and you actually having it instead of avoiding it, doing your deep work session instead of scrolling on your phone. But each one of those is the votes you're casting for the person you are becoming. And those votes always get counted. And they get counted for you or against you. There's a lie that we always tell ourselves when it comes down to something that is done when no one's around. And that lie is, no one will know. We tell ourselves it doesn't matter. No one will know. It's just this once. But you know, and you believe it. If you believe in God, He knows, and you are always teaching yourself who you are. Every action is a vote. Let's talk about time for a second. If someone audited your screen time, your calendar, your energy, would it match your goals? Or would it expose your priorities? Because your schedule doesn't lie. Your habits don't lie, and your results definitely are not lying. Your results are a product of everything that you are doing day in and day out. And here's a hard truth that most people don't like, and someone's going to argue with, but I'm saying it with love. Most people don't need more information. They need higher standards. They don't need another podcast, another book, another guru, or another motivational talk. While those things are all nice, and sometimes you can gain things out of them, they may give you another insight. They may show you a different viewpoint. They may give you that one little thing that you need to actually change your life. But what you truly need is to do the things that you already know that you should be doing. Not putting them off till tomorrow. Because ultimately, tomorrow can be put off till tomorrow, until there is no more tomorrow. Here's your freedom challenge. For the next 7 days, live like someone is watching you 24/7. They're over your shoulder. They have a video camera on you. They're watching you at all times. While you sleep. While you're at the gym. While you're at work. While you're in your car by yourself. Before you scroll or find a way to avoid the thing that you need to do most, ask yourself this question. Would I want the person watching me to copy this? Before you skip that workout, would I want them to skip when it's hard? Before you snap at someone, would I want them to handle stress like I do or like this? Before you procrastinate, would I be proud of this choice for them? And along with that, we can go into legacy. Because ultimately, you are teaching the next generation, your kids, those around you, how to live. At the end of your life, you will not be remembered for what you intended to do. You'll be remembered for what you consistently did. Your legacy is built in the invisible by the actions that other people can see and the example that you are setting. So I will leave you with this. Live in a way where if someone was watching your life, not your thoughts, not your highlights, not your best days, but your normal days, day in and day out, would you be proud to hit play if someone was recording the entire thing and had set this in front of your children, your spouse, or those you care most about? Because the freedom you are truly wanting isn't built in public. It's built in private by the actions and the habits and the disciplines that you are enforcing and executing on day in and day out. If this episode helped you think clearer, act stronger, take action, or give you a different way of interpreting something, share it with someone you care about. And if you haven't yet, leave a 5-star review for the show. It helps this message reach more and more people who need it. And remember, freedom isn't found, it's built, one decision at a time. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. And I will catch you guys on the next one.